Hi everyone, I'm Nancy from Stampin' Shout. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're making a religious Christmas card using a new technique with Stampin' Up's A Child is Born stamp set. So let's get started. So the technique I'm using today was inspired by Dawn Griffith, and it's a split cardstock design which gives the card a really unique look. I'm also adding a twist with the embossing powder to give it some beautiful dimension. So let me show you how easy and stunning this card can be. So we're going to use A Child is Born stamp set. I've got Night of Navy, Versamark, some white embossing powder. And then for the card, I have a white card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4.25. Inside, Night of Navy, 5.25 by 4. Piece of white that's 5 by 3.75. And then for the front, I have a piece of white that's 5.25 by 4. Then I have a couple of strips. They are 5.25 by 2 inches each. And then I have a layering strip. Actually, this is my layering strip. It's a boo-boo I made earlier. So we're going to use that as our little bit of a layer when we're all done. Okay, so I'm going to lay my 2 strips next to each other. I'm going to bring in the Versamark, and I'm going to ink my stamp with the Versamark. Then I'm going to ink it up with Night of Navy. Okay, so I've got those 2 pieces butted up right next to each other. I'm going to stamp right in the center. I'm going to kind of split the stamp right down the center with that little piece of white and Night of Navy cardstock. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my embossing powder. And I'm going to use white embossing powder, and then I'm going to heat this up. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this piece back in, and we're going to butt them up again. I'm going to bring in my little backing piece, my little scrap. I'm going to use a little bit of snail on here. This is just the beginning, just to get it stuck here. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this piece down. This is just to give it some substance, a little bit of strength behind it. Just butt that up, match them up. Okay, very cool, right? Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to cut this down because I want it to be 5 by 4 when I'm all done. So this was 5.25, so I'm just going to cut a little bit off of the top and the bottom, just to even it out a little bit. All right, so that's 5 inches now. And now I want to make it be 3.75. So it's 4 inches, so I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch off of each side. And actually I can cut a little bit more off of this side just to make it more centered. Just a little, let's turn it this way, 1/8 of an inch. So 3.75 is what this is going to be. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's got that little backing piece. It's 5 by 3.75. I'm actually going to bring in the star stamp and stamp a star up here and maybe a little bit of stars on the other side. So I'm going to do that in Versamark. And then I'm going to use white embossing powder. And then I think down here, I'm going to stamp with one of the sentiments. And there's so many great sentiments here. I'm going to stamp for Unto Us a Child is Born. And I'm going to stamp that in Night of Navy right down here in that bottom white space. Okay, isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, so I'm going to glue this to the white piece. And then I'll glue that to the front of the card. And then this piece here is sticking up just a little bit, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to a scrap and put it right under here so it lies flat. So these are inside pieces, but I want to add a little bit of bling to this. So I have the faceted snowflakes, and I'm just going to add one right in the center here. Very pretty. I'll add one here. There. Now let's stamp the inside. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so the inside, I am going to take one of the other sentiments. I'm going to put, "Oh, come let us adore him." So I'm going to stamp that in Night of Navy. And then I'm going to take the little lamb and stamp him in Night of Navy. And then I'm going to take the stars and stamp them right up here. Very, very cute. Okay, so let's glue this all together and we'll take a look at our card. And remember, I fast forward through all of the gluing and the boring cutting and all that good stuff so I can make nice and quick and short videos for you. And I hope you do enjoy that. Let me know in the comments. Okay. And that wraps up card number 2 in this series. I hope you're enjoying these cards with the Child is Born stamp set. Be sure to catch the final card coming up next. It's another beautiful design you won't want to miss. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you'll be notified when it is posted. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon for card number 3. Don't be shy. Stamp and shout.